Welcome to my channel, old valuable chiller. Stop scrolling. Some state quarters in your pocket could be worth thousands of dollars. The U.S. State Quarters program released coins from 1999 to 2008, and a few rare errors and low mintage issues are now extremely valuable. Look closely for the 1999 Delaware Spitting Horse era, the 2004 Wisconsin Extra Leaf High and Low, and the 2005 Kansas In God We Rust Quarter. These rare state quarters can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on condition and demand. Always check the date, mint mark, and unusual errors before spending your change. One small detail could turn an ordinary quarter into a hidden treasure. First up, if you have ever found a 1999 New Jersey state quarter in your pocket change, do not ignore it, because this coin is part of one of the most important and collectible programs in United States history. The New Jersey State Quarter was released in 1999 as part of the very first year of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, a series that completely changed modern coin collecting and brought millions of Americans into the hobby. This quarter represents the third state to ratify the U.S. Constitution and features powerful historical symbolism that continues to attract collectors today. The obverse of the 1999 New Jersey Quarter features a familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. This design has been used on Washington quarters for decades, making it instantly recognizable to collectors and the general public. Around Washington's portrait, you will see the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and Quarter Dollar. While the obverse may look common, collectors know that small details such as strike quality, mint mark, and surface preservation can make a significant difference in value. The reverse of the New Jersey State Quarter is where the real historical storytelling takes place. The design features George Washington crossing the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War, a moment that symbolizes courage, strategy, and determination. Beneath the image is the inscription Crossroads of the Revolution, which is New Jersey's official state slogan. This phrase highlights the state's critical role in many key battles and events during America's fight for independence. The date 1787 appears on the reverse, marking the year New Jersey became the third state to ratify the Constitution, along with the release year 1999. The 1999 New Jersey Quarter was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mint versions were produced for general circulation, meaning they were widely released into everyday use. Because of this, millions of these coins were used in commerce, which is why circulated examples are still commonly found today. However, condition is everything in coin collecting, and coins that avoided heavy wear can be far more desirable. Philadelphia mint coins typically have no mint mark, while Denver mint coins carry a small D mint mark. Both versions were struck in large numbers, but collectors often compare strike sharpness and surface quality between the two. Some Denver minted coins are known for stronger details, while some Philadelphia strikes show softer areas, particularly in Washington's hair and the boat details on the reverse. These small differences matter to experienced collectors. The San Francisco Mint produced special versions of the 1999 New Jersey Quarter that were not intended for everyday circulation. These coins were struck with higher quality finishes and were primarily sold to collectors. Because they were carefully handled and preserved, these versions often display sharper details and more attractive surfaces. While they are not extremely rare, they are more valuable than circulated examples and are popular among collectors building complete state quarter sets. The New Jersey State Quarter is composed of a copper core with an outer layer of nickel, the same composition used for modern U.S. quarters. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a weight of 5.67 grams. While it does not contain precious metals like silver, its value comes from historical importance, collectability, and condition rather than metal content. Most circulated 1999 New Jersey quarters are worth face value, especially those showing heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration. However, coins in very clean condition, especially those with strong strikes and original luster, can be worth significantly more to collectors. Uncirculated examples are always in demand, particularly those that have been well preserved since release. Collectors also pay close attention to errors and varieties when it comes to the 1999 New Jersey Quarter. Error coins can occur during the minting process and may include off-center strikes, double details, clipped planches, or die cracks. Some New Jersey quarters have been discovered with noticeable doubling on letters or design elements, which can increase collector interest and value. These era coins are much harder to find and often sell for far more than standard examples. Another area collectors examine closely is edge quality and rim condition. A clean, well-formed rim without damage adds to a coin's desirability. Any unusual marks, missing letters, or irregular spacing can indicate a mint error, which may make the coin more valuable. Because state quarters were heavily produced and widely circulated, finding error examples requires patience and careful inspection. The 1999 New Jersey quarter also holds special significance because it was part of the launch year of the state quarters program. Coins from 1999 often receive extra attention from collectors because they represent the beginning of a historic series that ran for 10 years. Many collectors aim to assemble complete sets starting from the first year, making early releases like New Jersey especially important. Public interest in state quarters remains strong, even decades after their release. Many people who collected these coins as children are now returning to the hobby as adults, increasing demand for high-quality examples. This renewed interest helps maintain the long-term collectability of coins like the New Jersey quarter. When searching through pocket change or old coin rolls, it is always worth checking 1999 quarters carefully. Look for coins with minimal wear, strong details, and clean surfaces. Even small differences in condition can impact desirability. Coins that appear dull, scratched, or heavily worn are typically common, while bright, well-struck examples stand out immediately. Proper storage is also important if you believe you have a collectible example. Coins should be kept in a dry environment, away from moisture and extreme temperatures. Avoid cleaning coins, as cleaning can damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Original surfaces are always preferred in the numismatic world. The New Jersey State Quarter remains a favorite among history lovers because of its powerful imagery and connection to the American Revolution. The crossing of the Delaware River is one of the most iconic moments in U.S. history, and having that story captured on a circulating coin makes it especially meaningful. This combination of history, accessibility, and collectability is why the coin continues to be discussed and searched online. Many collectors enjoy comparing state quarters from different states and years, and the New Jersey quarter often stands out due to its detailed reverse design. The boat, figures, and water create a dynamic scene that is more complex than many other state quarter designs, adding to its appeal. Even though the 1999 New Jersey quarter is not considered extremely rare, it plays a vital role in American numismatics. Its value is not only measured in dollars, but also in its place in history and its role in inspiring a new generation of collectors. Coins like this prove that everyday pocket change can carry powerful stories and lasting significance. If you are building a state quarter collection, the 1999 New Jersey quarter eye history, or long-term interest, this represents the beginning of a groundbreaking program that reshaped U.S. coin collecting forever. Next up, the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter is one of the most fascinating and widely discussed coins ever released in the United States. And if you are a coin collector, history lover, or someone curious about valuable state quarters, this coin deserves your full attention. Released in 2004 as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, the Wisconsin Quarter instantly became popular not only for its beautiful design but also because of a rare variety that turned it into one of the most talked about modern U.S. coins. Even today, searches for Wisconsin State Quarter value, rare Wisconsin Quarter, and 2004 Wisconsin Quarter era continue to grow, making this coin extremely relevant for collectors and YouTube audiences alike. The Wisconsin State Quarter was officially issued in 2004 to represent the state of Wisconsin, which became the 30th state to join the Union on May 29, 1848. As part of the rotating release schedule of the 50 State Quarters program, Wisconsin's coin entered circulation during a time when millions of Americans were actively searching through pocket change, hoping to discover valuable coins. This excitement helped transform everyday quarters into historical collectibles, and the Wisconsin Quarter became one of the biggest stars of the program. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. This classic image has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932 and symbolizes leadership, independence, and the founding principles of the nation. The inscriptions include United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination $quarter. While the obverse design is common across most state quarters, its sharpness and condition play a major role in determining a coin's value today. The reverse side of the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter is where the coin truly shines. The design proudly showcases a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn. These elements were carefully chosen to represent Wisconsin's strong agricultural heritage. Known nationwide as America's Dairyland, Wisconsin has long been famous for its cheese production, dairy farming, and agricultural innovation. The cow symbolizes dairy farming. The cheese wheel represents Wisconsin's world-class cheese industry, and the corn ear highlights the state's rich farming traditions. Above the design appears the word Wisconsin, while below it is the state motto year, 1848, along with the inscription Forward, reflecting Wisconsin's progressive spirit. The Wisconsin Quarter was minted at two major U.S. mint facilities. Coins with no mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, while those bearing a D mint mark were struck at the Denver Mint. Both versions entered circulation in massive numbers, with hundreds of millions produced. Because of these high mintages, most regular 2004 Wisconsin quarters are considered common today. However, what makes this coin incredibly special is not the standard issue, but a rare and unexpected variety that changed everything for collectors. Shortly after the Wisconsin quarters entered circulation, collectors began noticing something unusual on some of the Denver minted coins. These coins appeared to have an extra detail on the ear of corn on the reverse side. This unexpected feature led to the discovery of two famous varieties now known as the extra leaf low and the extra leaf high Wisconsin quarters. These rare variations quickly became legendary in modern coin collecting and remain among the most searched era coins in the United States. The extra leaf low variety shows an additional leaf near the bottom of the corn husk, extending downward and clearly visible when compared to the normal design. The extra leaf high variety, on the other hand, displays an extra leaf position high on the corn stalk, pointing upward. These differences may seem small at first glance, but to collectors, they represent one of the most valuable modern coin varieties ever discovered in circulation. The exact cause of the extra leaf varieties has been widely discussed among numismatists. Many experts believe the extra leaves resulted from a modification or damage to the coin dies during production at the Denver Mint. Whether intentional or accidental, the result was a limited number of quarters with these unique features, making them extremely desirable. Unlike many rare coins that were never meant to circulate, these Wisconsin extra leaf quarters were found in everyday pocket change, adding to their mystery and excitement. In terms of value, the 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf quarters can be worth significantly more than face value. While a normal circulated Wisconsin quarter is typically worth only 25 cents, an extra leaf low or extra leaf high variety can sell for anywhere from tens of dollars to several $100s, depending on condition and demand. Well-preserved examples with strong details and minimal wear are especially valuable, and even circulated specimens can attract serious interest from collectors. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of any Wisconsin quarter. Coins that show minimal wear, strong strike details, and clean surfaces are always more desirable. Collectors often look closely at the cow, cheese wheel, and corn details, as well as the clarity of the inscriptions. Any damage, heavy scratches, or discoloration can reduce a coin's value, even if it is a rare variety. That is why careful handling and storage are so important for anyone who believes they may have found a valuable Wisconsin quarter. Beyond the famous extra leaf varieties, the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter also holds historical significance as part of a groundbreaking program that introduced millions of Americans to coin collecting. The 50 State Quarters program ran from 1999 to 2008 and became one of the most successful initiatives in U.S. mint history. It sparked widespread interest in coins, encouraged education about U.S. states, and brought families together in the search for unique and valuable pieces. The Wisconsin Quarter remains especially popular because it combines a meaningful state design with a real-world collectible discovery story. Many people still remember the excitement of checking their change after hearing about the extra leaf varieties. Even today, collectors continue to search rolls of quarters and old coin jars, hoping to uncover one of these rare treasures. For collectors building a state quarters collection, the Wisconsin Quarter is considered a key piece. While most state quarters are readily available in circulated condition, finding an extra leaf Wisconsin Quarter adds significant prestige to any collection. It also serves as a reminder that valuable coins can still be found in unexpected places, even in modern times. If you are examining your own 2004 Wisconsin quarters, pay close attention to the ear of corn on the reverse side. Compare it carefully with images of known extra-leaf low and extra-leaf high varieties. Lighting and magnification can help reveal subtle details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins simply by taking a closer look at what they already had. The Wisconsin State Quarter also represents the broader appeal of U.S. coinage as both art and history. The combination of symbolic imagery, state pride, and unexpected rarity makes this coin a standout in American numismatics. It tells a story of agriculture, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery, all wrapped into a single 25-cent piece. Next up, the 1999 Delaware State Quarter is one of the most historically important and widely collected coins in modern United States numismatics, and it holds a special place in American coin history because it was the very first coin released in the famous 50 State Quarters program. This program changed coin collecting forever, attracting millions of new collectors across the United States and around the world. Even today, the Delaware State Quarter remains a key coin that many people search for, keep, and wonder about its value. The Delaware Quarter was released on January 4, 1999, and it represents the first state to ratify the United States Constitution. That is why Delaware proudly carries the nickname the First State, and this identity is clearly reflected in the design of the coin. On the reverse side of the quarter, you can see a powerful image of Caesar Rodney riding his horse. This design commemorates Rodney's famous overnight ride in 1776, when he traveled approximately 70 miles through stormy weather to cast a deciding vote for Delaware in favor of American independence. This historic moment helped shape the future of the United States, making the Delaware Quarter one of the most meaningful coins in the entire State Quarter series. The obverse side of the 1999 Delaware Quarter features a familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This portrait has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932 and is instantly recognizable. Around Washington's image, you will find the words United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. While the obverse design remained consistent across all state quarters, it is a reverse design that gives each coin its unique identity, and Delaware's design stands out due to its strong historical theme. One of the most interesting aspects of the Delaware State Quarter is its massive production numbers. In 1999, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of Delaware quarters at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. These coins were released directly into circulation, which means many people may still have them sitting in jars, drawers, or old coin collections without realizing their significance. Because it was the first state quarter released, many collectors made sure to save examples from the very beginning of the program. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 373 million Delaware quarters, while the Denver Mint produced more than 401 million. These large numbers mean that most circulated examples are still very common today. However, common does not mean unimportant. The Delaware Quarter's historical role and its position as the first coin in the series make it a foundational piece for collectors. Many collectors specifically look for high-quality examples, error coins, or special finishes that can be worth more than face value. When it comes to value, the condition of the coin plays a major role. Circulated Delaware quarters that show wear from everyday use are typically worth face value, which is 25 cents. However, coins that remain in excellent condition, especially those that were never used in circulation, can be worth more. Collectors often search for coins with strong details, clean surfaces, and minimal marks. These higher quality examples are commonly found in old rolls, mint sets, or collections that were carefully stored from the time of release. Another area that draws a lot of attention is error coins. Some 1999 Delaware quarters were struck with minting errors that make them highly collectible. These errors may include off-center strikes, double design elements, die cracks, or missing details. One of the most talked about errors involves coins that appear to be struck on the wrong planchet, resulting in unusual weight or color. Error coins are always exciting because they are unpredictable and much rarer than standard issues. The Delaware Quarter also exists in special finishes that were not intended for circulation. In 1999, special versions of the Delaware Quarter were included in collector sets. These coins often have sharper details and a more refined appearance compared to regular circulation strikes. Because fewer of these were produced and many were kept by collectors, they can carry a higher value depending on their condition and demand. From a historical perspective, the Delaware State Quarter captures a defining moment in American history. Caesar Rodney's ride symbolizes determination, sacrifice, and the fight for independence. This makes a coin appealing not only to coin collectors but also to history enthusiasts. Many teachers, parents, and history fans use the Delaware Quarter as an educational tool to explain the early days of the United States and the importance of individual actions in shaping the nation. Another reason the Delaware Quarter remains popular is nostalgia. For many people, the release of the State Quarters program marked the first time they actively paid attention to the change in their pockets. People began checking quarters, saving them by state, and learning about U.S. history through coins. The Delaware Quarter represents the beginning of that journey, which gives it lasting emotional and collectible value. Collectors today often try to assemble complete sets of all 50 state quarters, and the Delaware Quarter is always the first slot in those collections. Because of this, demand for nice examples remains steady. While it may not be the rarest or most valuable state quarter, it is one of the most important in terms of historical significance and collector interest. If you are searching through your coins, it is worth taking a closer look at any 1999 Delaware quarters you find. Check the date, the mint mark, and the overall condition. Look closely at the details of Caesar Rodney and the horse, as well as the lettering around the coin. Small differences or unusual features could indicate an error or a higher quality strike that collectors may want. The Delaware State Quarter also holds appeal for long-term collectors who enjoy building collections around themes. Some collectors focus on first issues, others on historical figures, and some specialize in era coins. The Delaware Quarter fits into all of these categories, making it a versatile and meaningful addition to any collection. Even though the coin is over 2 decades old, interest in the Delaware Quarter has not faded. Online searches for Delaware Quarter value, 1999 Delaware Quarter errors, and state quarter history remain strong. This ongoing interest shows that the coin continues to capture the attention of collectors and the general public alike. In conclusion, the 1999 Delaware State Quarter is far more than just a 25-cent coin. It represents the beginning of a landmark program in U.S. coinage, honors a crucial moment in American history, and continues to be a favorite among collectors. Whether you are a beginner just starting a collection or an experienced numismatist, the Delaware Quarter deserves a closer look. The next time you come across one, remember that you are holding the very first chapter of the 50 State Quarters program, and a small but powerful piece of American history. Next up, and today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern U.S. coins, the South Dakota State Quarter released in 2006 as part of the United States 50 State Quarter program. If you collect American coins, state quarters, or are curious about valuable era coins and hidden details, this video is for you. Make sure to watch until the end because some South Dakota quarters are worth far more than face value. The South Dakota State Quarter was officially released on November 6, 2006, and it was the 40th coin issued in the highly successful 50 State Quarters program. This program began in 1999 and continued until 2008, honoring each U.S. state in the order they joined the Union. South Dakota became the 40th state on November 2, 1889, which explains its position in the series. This quarter carries a face value of 25 cents and was struck by the United States Mint for general circulation. Millions of these coins were produced, making them common at first glance, but collectors know that rarity is not always about mintage numbers. Small details, mint marks, condition, and errors can dramatically affect a coin's value. Let's begin with the obverse of the coin. Like all state quarters, the obverse features a familiar portrait of George Washington. This design is based on John Flanagan's classic 1932 sculpture. The word liberty appears at the top, while in God we trust is positioned to the left. The mint mark can be found to the right of Washington's ponytail. Depending on where the coin was struck, you will see a P for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, or no mint mark at all in some cases. The year 2006 is clearly displayed at the bottom. Now let's move to the reverse side, which is where South Dakota truly shines. The reverse design celebrates the state's nickname, the Mount Rushmore State. At the center of the design, you'll see Mount Rushmore, one of the most iconic landmarks in the United States. The massive granite sculpture features the faces of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. To the right of Mount Rushmore is a beautiful image of a Chinese ringneck pheasant, South Dakota's official state bird. This addition highlights the state's strong outdoor heritage and its reputation as a premier destination for hunting and wildlife conservation. Surrounding these images are inscriptions that read South Dakota, 1889, and 2006, along with the phrase the Mount Rushmore State. The South Dakota Quarter has a standard composition used for modern U.S. quarters. It consists of a copper core with outer layers of nickel, giving it a total composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. The reeded edge helps prevent counterfeiting and gives the coin its traditional quarter appearance. In terms of mintage, the South Dakota State Quarter was produced in large numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 244 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced approximately 265 million. With such high mintage figures, circulated examples are very common and usually worth only face value. However, collectors focus on uncirculated coins, high-quality examples, and especially error coins. One of the most exciting aspects of the South Dakota Quarter is the possibility of finding valuable mint errors. Error coins can significantly increase a coin's worth, sometimes turning a simple 25-cent piece into a valuable collectible. Some known errors include off-center strikes, clip planches, double strikes, and die cracks. These errors occur during the minting process and are highly sought after by collectors. Another error to look for is doubling, especially in the lettering or the details of Mount Rushmore and the pheasant. Doubling can appear as a shadow-like effect around letters or images and can add premium value depending on how strong and visible it is. Condition also plays a crucial role in determining value. A South Dakota quarter that has never been circulated and retains its original mint luster is far more desirable than one that has been heavily used. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and strong eye appeal can sell for more, especially if they are preserved carefully. Some collectors also seek South Dakota quarters that were included in original mint rolls or official U.S. mint sets. These coins were handled less and often remain in better condition than those released into circulation. While they are not extremely rare, they still carry collector interest and modest premiums. Beyond value, the South Dakota State Quarter holds historical and cultural significance. Mount Rushmore represents leadership, democracy, and the foundation of the United States. The inclusion of the pheasant reflects South Dakota's natural beauty and outdoor traditions. Together, these elements make this quarter one of the most visually appealing designs in the entire State Quarter series. For beginners, the South Dakota Quarter is an excellent addition to a State Quarter collection. It's easy to find, affordable, and rich in symbolism. For experienced collectors, the challenge lies in locating high-quality examples and rare errors that stand out from the millions produced. If you're searching through pocket change, bankrolls, or old collections, always take a closer look at 2006 quarters. Pay attention to the mint mark, overall condition, and any unusual features. Sometimes valuable coins are hiding in plain sight. Collectors often overlook modern coins, assuming they have no value beyond face value, but history has shown that today's common coins can become tomorrow's collectibles. Preservation, demand, and unique characteristics all play a role over time. The South Dakota State Quarter from 2006 is more than just spare change. It's a small piece of American history, a tribute to one of the nation's most iconic landmarks, and a reminder that even everyday coins can tell powerful stories. If you enjoy learning about U.S. coins, state quarters, and hidden coin values, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow collectors. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a South Dakota quarter with an interesting error or exceptional condition. Now we will explore the Ohio State Quarter coin released in 2002 as one of the most historically meaningful and symbol-rich coins in the United States State Quarters program, and today we are taking a deep dive into everything collectors, history lovers, and coin enthusiasts want to know about this iconic American quarter. If you have ever wondered why the Ohio quarter looks different from most other state quarters, what makes it special, or whether your Ohio State Quarter could be worth more than face value, stay with me until the end because this coin tells an incredible story of American innovation aviation, and state pride. The Ohio State Quarter was officially released by the United States Mint in 2002 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Ohio was the 17th state to be honored in the series, even though it was the 17th state admitted to the Union back in 1803. The release date for the Ohio Quarter was March 7, 2002, and millions of Americans eagerly searched through their pocket change to find one. What immediately makes the Ohio State Quarter stand out is its bold and unusual design. Unlike many other state quarters that feature landscapes, buildings, or state symbols, Ohio chose to highlight its massive contribution to aviation history. The reverse design prominently features the Wright brothers' first successful airplane, the Wright Flyer, soaring above the outline of the state of Ohio. This instantly connects Ohio to one of the most important moments in human history, the birth of powered flight. Ohio proudly calls itself the birthplace of aviation, and for good reason. Orville and Wilbur Wright were born and raised in Dayton, Ohio, where they developed the ideas, engineering skills, and mechanical innovations that eventually led to the world's first successful powered airplane. Although the first flight took place in North Carolina, the invention itself was born in Ohio, and the quarter's design makes that message crystal clear. The outline of the state of Ohio on the coin is another major detail that collectors appreciate. It gives the coin a geographic identity and allows people to instantly recognize the state being honored. Inside the state outline, the Wright Flyer is shown in flight, symbolizing innovation, courage, and progress. To the right of the plane, the words "birthplace of aviation" are clearly inscribed, reinforcing Ohio's historic claim. Another unique aspect of the Ohio Quarter is that it includes not one but two aviation references. In addition to the Wright Flyer, the design also features an astronaut, symbolizing Ohio's contribution to space exploration. Ohio is the birthplace of several astronauts, including John Glenn, the first American to orbit Earth, and Neil Armstrong, the first human to walk on the moon. This makes the Ohio Quarter one of the most symbolically packed designs in the entire State Quarter series. On the obverse side of the coin, the familiar portrait of George Washington appears, as it does on all Washington quarters. The obverse design used during the State Quarters era is a modified version created by John Flanagan, showing Washington facing left. The inscriptions "United States of America," "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and quarter dollar surround the portrait, maintaining continuity with traditional U.S. coinage. The Ohio State Quarter was minted at 3 United States Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark. Denver issues feature a D mint mark, and San Francisco produce proof versions, both clad in silver. The majority of Ohio quarters you find in circulation today come from Philadelphia and Denver, struck for everyday use in commerce. In terms of mintage, Ohio quarters were produced in very large numbers. Hundreds of millions were minted, which means that most circulated examples are still only worth face value. However, that does not mean the Ohio Quarter should be ignored by collectors. Condition, errors, and special versions can significantly affect value, and some Ohio Quarters have sold for much more than 25 cents. One of the biggest factors influencing the value of an Ohio State Quarter is its condition. Coins that are heavily worn, scratched, or damaged are generally only worth face value. But Ohio Quarters that remain in excellent condition, especially those that show strong detail, original luster, and minimal contact marks, can be worth more to collectors who want high-quality examples for their collections. Uncirculated Ohio quarters from mint rolls or sets often sell for a premium compared to circulated coins. Proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint are especially popular with collectors. These proof coins feature sharp details, mirror-like fields, and frosted designs that make the aviation imagery truly stand out. Silver-proof versions contain precious metal and are valued not only for their design but also for their silver content. Another area that attracts attention is error coins. Ohio State quarters with minting errors can be significantly more valuable than standard issues. Errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, clip planches, or die cracks can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's prize. Some Ohio quarters with noticeable errors have sold for impressive amounts, depending on the rarity and visibility of the mistake. Collectors also look closely at details like strike quality and die varieties. Because the Ohio quarter's design includes fine lines and small elements, Weak strikes can occur, especially in the airplane and astronaut details. Coins with exceptionally strong strikes and full design elements are often more desirable. Beyond value, the Ohio State Quarter holds deep educational and historical significance. It serves as a small, everyday reminder how innovation can change the world. The Wright brothers' achievement didn't just revolutionize transportation, it reshaped warfare, commerce, exploration, and global connectivity. Having that story told on a circulating coin allows history to travel in people's pockets. The State Quarters program itself was one of the most successful initiatives in U.S. mint history, and the Ohio Quarter played a major role in that success. It sparked conversations about aviation, science, and American achievement, especially among younger collectors and students. Many people credit the Ohio Quarter as one of the designs that made them stop and really look at their change. For coin collectors building a complete State Quarter set, the Ohio Quarter is an essential piece. Whether collected from circulation, mint sets, or proof sets, it represents a pivotal moment in both American history and the evolution of modern coin design. Its combination of geography, technology, and national pride makes it a standout among the 50 designs. If you have an Ohio State Quarter from 2002, it's worth taking a closer look. Examine the coin under good lighting. Check for unusual features, strong details, or errors, and consider how well it has been preserved over the years. Even if it's only worth face value today, it still holds historical importance and could become more desirable in the future as high-quality examples become harder to find. The Ohio State Quarter is more than just spare change. It is a tribute to invention, courage, and the spirit of exploration that defines the United States. From the first powered flight to walking on the moon, Ohio's contributions to aviation and space exploration are proudly captured in this single coin.